Let's discuss this with our political experts. Abby, that exchange, polite but tense, does that really indicate the kind of uphill battle that Pence is facing to try to win over Trump voters?
I absolutely think it does. I mean, I think everything that we've seen so far shows that that woman is not alone. There are a lot of people just like her. You know, probably an upstanding member of her community, somebody who's very politically engaged. It sounds like she's been to many of these presidential events to see other candidates, but she's wrong. She literally is a believer in a conspiracy theory that's being pushed by the former president. That's going to be really hard for Pence or really anyone else to overcome. And to Pence's credit, he took it on directly. I think he had no choice. But you're seeing some of the other candidates in the field, like Ron DeSantis, who recently got a question about January 6th, wanting to kind of bob and weave around this question so as to not offend women like her. But I don't know that that's going to be a strategy that works in the long term, because she was there very directly saying, do you have any regrets? I mean, this is not somebody who's dancing around the issue. She firmly believes that, and the only way around it is to convince her otherwise with the truth.
But that's going to be a fault line, I think, for all of the Republican contenders, right? How do you handle January 6th? How do you handle what, because there is this opinion that Pence had authority that we know he did not have. And I thought it was interesting to see him take it on much more forcefully than we've seen him do so previously. Clearly, he's decided, I'm going to go out and stake my claim, and be interesting to see if the other candidates react in kind.
Alice, what do you make of how he responded to that?
I thought it was exactly what he needed to do. Having been to hundreds of events at pizza ranches in Iowa with voters like that, you have to speak to them with compassion, with concern, and you have to connect with them, and that's exactly what she did. I was really pleased to see her reaction to the conversation with Pence. She still seems to be open. You're never going to change her mind on January 6th. Trump's base that believes that Donald Trump won the election and Pence should have overturned the election, you're never going to change their minds. But she clearly seems to be open to an alternative. I talked with the Pence campaign this afternoon. They say they're not shying away from this conversation. They welcome it, but it's certainly not a cornerstone of their campaign. They realize that there's going to be a lot of people that need to hear from him why he made this decision, which was the correct decision not to stop the certification. But look, they're talking about what people in Iowa want to talk about. Farm prices, crop prices, food prices, and potential recession. And that's what they're going to do. But they're not shying away from this conversation because they know it was the right thing to do.
This is one area where Pence seems to be sharpening his attacks against the former president. There's another one in a new video that Pence's super PAC, they're playing this up in this video. Let's take a look at this new video.
America doesn't stand with thugs and dictators. We confront them. Or at least, we used to.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
There can be no room in the leadership of the Republican Party for apologists for Putin. There can only be room for champions of freedom.
So that new ad from the Pence campaign, Abby, he's hearkening there back to the Reagan era. Does that brand of traditional conservatism have any appeal to the Republican base that he's facing out there on the campaign trail right now?
I think it does, but the problem for Mike Pence is that he was the vice president for that same president that he's saying is an apologist for Putin, or at least implying that he's an apologist for Putin. Trump is out there all the time saying nice things about Kim Jong-un. Pence was Trump's vice president. He was there for all of that and was often asked about it, frankly, and rarely, if ever, said anything negative about what Trump was saying and doing. That's going to be a real problem. But in answer to your question, yes, there absolutely still is a good chunk of the Republican Party that is still wants to be a forceful foreign policy voice. And it's a real differentiator when you have frontrunners like Ron DeSantis and others trying to go the other way. This will be a dividing issue in this Republican primary.
Karen, what do you think?
I completely agree. But again, it'll be interesting to see how does it make the others react. I mean, you're right. Will they call Pence out and say, call him to the carpet and basically say, you were there. So how can you now turn around and say something different?
I think they're able to pull themselves away from this slightly because that was actually a PAC ad, which is not directly related to the campaign, so they can separate themselves from that. But clearly they're trying to make the case that Pence is the classic conservative. He is one of uncommon character, which we are in dire need of in politics. And that's the message they're trying to make, and that he will be strong on foreign policy. He will stand up to dictators, and he will show peace through strength, which he feels Donald Trump didn't do.
Karen, I want to ask you about new figures that we got for fundraising. Trump's fundraising nearly doubled in the second quarter, despite the second indictment that he faced.
That's right.
What do you make of that?
Well, his supporters clearly are hardening in terms of their feeling that, their guy is being attacked. They've got to support him. But there's something pretty astounding to think about the fact that American taxpayers have been subsidizing Donald Trump for decades. I mean, they're using a portion of the money they're raising for his legal fees. And in the same way that, all the legal fees he never paid, all the taxes he never paid, it's sort of astounding. And it does make you wonder, where's that breaking point? Is there a breaking point with voters where they will say, I don't really want to be paying your legal fees. I want you to look out for me. What are you going to do for me?
Alice, quickly, is there a breaking point?
It doesn't appear to be because his poll numbers continue to go up. He's now has almost more than a 30-point lead, and the fundraising is high, and the average donation is around $35. That shows that people that aren't mega millionaires are contributing because they truly believe he's being unfairly
And you saw
targeted.
the Trump campaign really trying to make a contrast with Ron DeSantis, saying you don't have a small dollar engine,
Yes.
which might be a differentiator as you get further into the campaign and you max out some of those big dollar donors.
Yeah, these are some big figures. Abby, Phillip, Alice Stewart, Karen Finney, thank you all.